T2P.
What's something your family doesn't know about you? I just get in my car and drive. I never really have a destination. I just need to leave. I've done it ever since I had access to cars. My mom will ask why I have a sleeping bag in my car and I just lie because I don't want the hassle. Edit. I know this is a do what I say and not what I do situation, but if you do this or want to do this, please tell someone. Stay in some sort of contact. I am just as needy as you all. I can be independent, but deep down I miss your attention and company. I just don't seem that way since everyone I know is needy, so there is always someone. My family now know I write romance novels for a living. They don't know I used to write straight up jerk off erotica as my sole source of income for a couple of years. That means that they definitely don't know that every Christmas present I bought for them during that time was paid for by basically the deepest perversions I could conjure up. My mother has a small statue of an elephant that I bought for her one year. It has pride of place on the mantelpiece. She has no idea that it was the direct result of me writing a very vivid buckache scene. That's between me and the elephant. And so shall it remain. Edit. Because I keep getting asked. I keep my erotica stuff separate from this pen name. So no. There are no links. If you want to read other parts of my writing, there's a whole bunch over at our Porterosa. That I've been suicidal for a while now and it's been a really rough summer. That I'm infertile. They are waiting for babies but they won't be coming. I got suspended from school because I used to skip lessons all the time. Weirdest punishment ever. My mum knew and didn't want to tell my dad as she knew he'd be disappointed, so she told me to work hard and get back on track. My dad left for work earlier than I went to school and got home after school finished, so I would just lie and pretend I was at school all day. I'm nearly 30 now and he still doesn't know. I faked a job offer so I can move to another city that is 3,000 miles from them. Edit. The reason I faked the job offer because I still want to maintain a relationship with my family regardless of how control and oppressive they are. I got an actual interview. Did everything but was not chosen. Instead of telling them that, I made fake contracts. Letter of offer and show it to them. Since the documents are in English and my parents can't understand, they just ask me questions and things, so lying is much easier. I just pack my suitcase, live off couch surfing, work a temp job for money and food for a while. It's hard, very tiring and financially unstable at first, but now I have a job, peace and much more confidence in voicing my opinions and feelings. I am also slowly mending my relationship with my parents. Soon. My sexual abuse isn't known by 97% of my family or so. My dad has an inkling, and vice versa. I'm positive he was abused by his brother, and my older brother has a habit of getting drunk and trying to get answers out of me about our childhood. His brain seems to have wiped itself clean about it all. Apart from those two, it's entirely my own issue. Edit. This blew up. Will do my best to respond as quick as I can. That I'm a retired multimillionaire at 39 yo. They just think I'm a freelancer who travels a lot. It's for the best, I think. I hate my sister. She is a self-absorbed, attention-seeking cunt. She starts conflict and is proud for standing up for herself. Bitch, you wouldn't be in that situation if you didn't start it. She's always the victim. My parents' sister and brother walked on eggshells around her just so she wouldn't flip out. I did for the longest time until I got tired of her shit. I was labeled the arsehole for setting her off. Edit. My sister has seen several different therapists and has not been diagnosed as bipolar or with personality disorder. She has had one therapist tell her to go elsewhere because she is too confrontational. Me saying that I was labeled arsehole was more of the way I felt. Nobody actually called me the asshole. I was the one that was told to bite my tongue. That I'm badly depressed all of the time. Expect when I visit them. Going back home is just so comforting and I know that it's always my home no matter where I am. I seriously dread the day I lose this. It's one of my biggest fears. I don't like cheese. Seriously mom, you have the memory of a goldfish. Edit. I've never ever gotten more than 10 upvotes. Now I have 3.1k:0. Not to make this depressing, but they don't really see how lonely I am. Pretty sure they don't know that I know they sold my body to pedophiles when I was a toddler. I understand Ukrainian and I know they talk about how I should have been aborted or given away. I have a huge tattoo on my forearm that I've had for the last 10 years. I'm currently getting it removed with laser, but I've been using long sleeves whenever I get together with the family. My family is extremely conservative. Fucking annoying in the summer. I have a massive savings account. That I'm a millionaire. I'm super frugal and don't show it. But every time I make a big purchase they raise an eyebrow. I've made $300k in stocks. Dad, I know it's you. You can trick me. They don't know that I know I am their least favorite child. They also don't know just how much their opinion of me still matters to me. Edit. Thank you for all of the kind words and for the gold. They are all appreciated. My parents aren't that bad. Truth be told. To everyone that feels similar. As you female too said. You are enough. I've kept a diary for the last 23 years, including a great deal of detail about them. Both good and bad. Some very bad. Bordering on criminal. My sister is the executrix of my will. Should be interesting after I die. Ghostly laughter. I'm 18 and I bought my first scratch off and won $10,000. I put it in saving and parents don't know I have it. I love them more than I show them. I can't show love to anyone of my family for some reason. They probably think I don't care about them. But I do, and one day I'll tell them. Edit. Thanks to everybody who gave me advice or just took their time to talk about their lives and experiences. I won't respond to everyone because of limited time. But I truly appreciate all of your comments. I am 20, come from a family of 4, 3 sisters. 13, 26, 28. I never could show any affection to them for some reason. I never in my life told my parents or sisters that I love them. Except for my little sister. I will definitely change that as soon as I finish work today. Life is not guaranteed and I want to open myself to them before it's too late. Thank you again everybody. That means a lot to me. If I have anything to say to repay the favor you did to me, you all should start or continue being true to you. Being genuine is the best thing you can do to improve your life. Love you all. That I'm doing much better than them despite their lifelong doubts and snarky comments. Edit. Holy crap, thank you for the silver and gold kind strangers. I'm black. That I crashed a car on purpose to get out of work 3 years ago. Being bullied at work and couldn't face going back. So crashed my car, slowly, into a tree so I could have several months off while I recovered. Didn't do it to hurt myself or kill myself. I have severe anxiety. And work made it 1,000 times worse. Yes, I know it was stupid, and yes, I know I could have done a million other things. But I needed a way out instantly. Edit. Didn't claim on insurance but got full sick pay for 6 months, and on the day it ran out I quit. Also went to psychotherapy as I was a tad worried I would do it again in the future. For diagnosed with Asperger's and severe anxiety. This was the UK. So no health insurance. It's government tax funded. So wasn't fraud. I did feel guilty I wasted NHS time. But not anything else. That I am happy. I can hear every time they talk about me like I left the building. And I'm not exactly lazy. There's a lot of noise I have to sort through upstairs before I can really do something. Once I get going I'm fine. But the noise is still there. Edit. My sister and I are fairly certain I have one of the AD disorders. But I haven't looked into it more than that. Thank you for the support. They don't know that I was physically abused by my ex-wife when I was married to her. They don't know I've twice tried to kill myself by taking sleeping pills and alcohol or taking interacting drugs within the last 3 months. I do have people who support me and look out for me. Shit's just rough. You know? Edit. Holy crap, you all Redditors are awesome. Thanks for the love. At work now but I'm humbled by the response and I'll try to respond to you all when I have a chance. Thank you. And I'm doing okay today. Wanted to share a positive story. I am getting married in October. After my grandmother and my mother and father died, I separated myself from my cousins, aunts, uncles, surviving grandparents because our family was so toxic. In that 4 years I fell in love, developed a new family, and have been quite successful. You never know who is dragging you down. And before anyone asks, I made multiple attempts to rekindle relationships with family, but it's a two-way street that no one else was driving on apparently. My parents divorced in 2000 but were on and off after that. My mom and dad died 3 years apart, and because of his drunken ways and random knocks on the door I was relieved. And I wasn't invited to the funeral or included in the obit. I still have a little darkness from it, but there is so much light now that it drowns it out pretty well. I still have moments with my fiancé when I'll get upset because something triggers me, but we talk about it and move on. I make 60% of my income from scamming scammers. That I'm a mechanic and close to have my own shop. That I actually do not like any of my immediate family. My ex-wife and or my stepmother convinced my family I hurt my daughters. I raised them for 5 years since they were a baby. Potty trained them and everything. I never hurt them in any way. Then I found out, since I got a call during the investigation, either they were being hurt by the new boyfriend or my family coached them about reproductive parts. So my family has no idea I am one of the nicest people in the world, and taken advantage many times because of that, and I would give my life in a moment to protect save a child. I should be surprised though. They abandoned me through all my childhood abuse too. Why should I expect them to ever give a shit about me? The fact my cousin is half black and neither my aunt nor uncle are black. That most of them are just people to me. I don't feel any obligation to love them. But a bunch of them are fun to be around. And I'd consider them friends. Love is too strong a word. Though. Edit. I feel far stronger attachments to my friends, who I've nurtured relationships with for decades because we have lots of things in common that aren't as arbitrary or invisible as DNA. I'm not lazy. I'm just severely depressed and have PTSD that makes my everyday life a struggle. I try to behave and do as I'm told, but half the time I don't even see a point in staying alive. I'm sorry I'm not the perfect child you wanted me to be. Edit. Thank you all so much for the support. That I have social anxiety and crippling depression every day. It's second nature to just say I'm fine and move on. They think I'm lazy because I don't have a job and sit on my computer or lay in bed all day. When in reality it's because I can't put myself through the stress, fear, and constant stomach knots from interacting with people every day. And I need a job because I have student loans to pay from when I dropped out of college from my social anxiety. They think I'm just shy and eventually I'll grow out of it, but they grow more impatient by the year. I can't open myself up to any real person, so therapy is out of the question. I can't even sit down to tell people about my issues because I feel emasculated and patronized. I was sexually assaulted when I was 7. I'm a dude. Edit. Maybe the reason I have bi-curious tendencies. Also unknown to my family. Edit number 2. To the friend that figured my account by the comment and name. You're a real one. Edit number 3. I'm sorry to see how common being sexually assaulted has been. I wish you all the happiest of days. My cousin Roman always wants to go bowling. And it annoys the shit out of me. But I've never told him. When I was in my early teens, I would take my Game Boy into the restroom to play Pokemon while pooping. I would spend a lot of time in the restroom so everyone thought I was masturbating. They don't know the actual amount of difficulties that I had going through life with undiagnosed ADHD. I got diagnosed at 28 after having essentially my third mental breakdown because of the huge amount of pressure and disgust I put on myself for failing to do even the simplest things. I told my parents and they were devastated, not because I had ADHD, but because they never knew or suspected. And honestly, looking from the outside, it was impossible to see. I was valedictorian, graduated college magna cum laude, participated in tons of activities, seemed to have friends, etc. But I was so broken and only did those things because of deep shame that resulted in an almost suicide attempt that my body saved me from. It's hard to allow yourself to die from exposure. I was hoping to make it look like an accident. But after my body said nope, not gonna happen, I realized I really needed professional help. I'm doing much better now. But I know my parents wouldn't handle that well. I don't go to school anymore. But I'm planning to. My life has been messed up for the last couple of years. I got depressed after high school and dropped out of IT college after 2 years. I then went on to become a teacher. But my depression got the better of me again. And I quit 6 months ago. I lived on my own after a big fight with my parents. And were on no speaking terms for months before we talked it out. Then my landlord kicked me and my roommates out because we kept complaining about the state of the house we hired. Leaky roof, broken gutter, leaky gas pipe. Now I'm living with my parents again. But they are on to me. To keep up the farce, I travel to another city and stay there for 8 hours to keep them under the impression that I still go to school. If my parents find out that I quit, I will probably kill myself out of shame. Also, I have no concept of love. Anytime any of my friends or family tell me they love me, I think they're lying. Because I have no idea what love feels like. I was molested by my autistic older sister. But I can't tell anyone because she's special and quirky. I'm planning on telling my therapist soon. Edit. Row. The amount of support from everyone is just. Oh my god. There've been a few creepers but whatever, but it's kind of disheartening to see that I'm not the only one who's been hurt by a sibling. I hope everyone who carries a similar burden seeks out the help they need. Therapy can change your life. Honestly. With that said, I have to turn off replies since my inbox is exploding. I cried every night for years. I'm 21 and never had a date or any kind of romantic contact to a girl. Everybody thinks I'm a super funny and confident person, but they don't know that I suffer. Well, that actually changed some weeks ago. I've met a girl and had my first kiss and I'm going on a date next Saturday. The week after graduation from high school I tried to hang myself in the basement but the rope broke. I wasn't going to college and I didn't see a bright future ahead. That was 5 years ago as of this past Friday. Right now the world seems very dark still. But I'm trying hard and I'm fighting every day to keep moving forward. I'm studying graphic design every day. Haven't touched games for months. Yet they think I'm playing video games when I'm working on my computer. Dad, I'm not actually that incompetent. You breathing down my neck when I'm cooking driving freaks me the fuck out. Also, I haven't been a virgin for years. Where I live, what my phone number is, or whether I am even alive.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos.